Kakistocracy. What a word. It sounds like something you'd cough up after a bad night in a Greek tavern. And yet here we are with The Economist, that bastion of buttoned-up neoliberal wisdom, declaring it the word of the year. Bravo, Economist. You've realized that maybe we're governed by the worst among us. Bold, groundbreaking. That's something we've desperately been trying to figure out. And you've provided the answer. I mean, thanks for the Christmas present. Do you mind if I unwrap it? So who's the Kakos Anthropos? You know, the bad guy The Economist wants to warn us about. Donald Trump, of course. Come on! Why stop at blaming the bumbling, selfie-obsessed politicians? You know, those serious clowns barking into the nearest microphone, who increasingly resemble influencers auditioning for a reality show. Of course, Trump isn't the only one, just the best performer. Sure, they're all part of the problem, but what about the other half of the Kakistocracy equation, the best and brightest, that The Economist so loves to fate? You know, the hedge fund managers who turn crises into profit, the tech bros promising to disrupt your life, and making it happen, of course, without you noticing it, as well as the billionaire philanthropists who kindly donate pennies on the dollar, obviously to their own foundations, with the idea they'll be applauded for fixing the social problems they helped create. Could it be that they're also responsible for this mess? Responsible, of course, but clearly not accountable. Now, The Economist would never say this out loud, but let's connect the dots. Democracy and financialized capitalism have literally been living together in sin, as you might say, and for quite a long time. It's like a sitcom where the idealistic activist shares an apartment with the cutthroat insurance executive. One wants universal healthcare. The other wants to know the exact percentage of denials he can get away with without risking assassination. And yet, somehow, they make it work, until they don't. Just ask Brian Thompson. What? Did you say he isn't answering his phone? The real punchline is this. When you let capitalism run amok, what happens to democracy? You end up with leaders who are either bought by the billionaires, entertaining the masses to distract from the loot, or both. Enter Kakistocracy. It's like capitalism's natural endgame, a system where the rich stay rich, the poor stay poor, and the leaders stay ridiculous enough to keep everyone arguing about the wrong things. But here's the kicker. The Economist has the gall to identify Kakistocracy as a problem, while still handing out awards to the very titans of industry who grease its wheels. Congratulations, you've broken democracy. Now here's your profile in our special issue on resilience. So, are democracy and financialized capitalism compatible? Only if you like living in a system where elections are like reality TV finales, and the richest guy in the room gets to write the script. Otherwise, you'd better start thinking about an alternative before the Kakistocracy turns into a full-on dystopia. But hey, at least we've got a new word to describe it. Thanks, Economist.
Join the conversation at Fair Observer and subscribe to our YouTube channel.